Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and today I'm in the house with this beauty right over here. Would you look at this? This is fantastic. This is the Reeve Knives Large Sebenza Annual in a box elder burl configuration. Look at this. Fantastic. But hey, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this kind of content. So let's just check out the look, the sound, and the feel of this bad boy right over here. First of all, this guy is measuring 8.2 inches overall in length with a 3.6 inch long blade and a 4.7 inch long handle. So it's the classic large Sebenza size, and if you happen to have like an Ontario Rat number 2, or maybe you have an Ontario Rat number 1, you can just check how big this guy is, and look at that. It's just right about the same size of the Ontario Rat number 1, probably just a smidge smaller. Maybe you are a fan of or owner of Benchmade. This is the mini bag out, and this is the bag out. Both are smaller than this large Sebenza, of course, but you can also check right over here. This is Spyderco Para 3, and this is of course the bigger brother Spyderco Paramilitary 2, and you're gonna notice that this guy is just a little bit bigger, just like probably like a fraction of an inch bigger than the Spyderco. Also, you have to check if you have like a small Sebenza 21, sorry, and this is it, just with a like a regular and super nice spirograph blade. This is the large Sebenza 21, so you can check the difference right here in the inlay configuration. Also, I just want to show you really quickly a large Sebenza 31, so you can also check right over here the difference with the inlay. Also, this is box elder burl, very different in the grain, in the wood. Indeed, this is a Custom Knife Factory 520, designed by Philippe Georget, and this is the Custom Knife Factory as well, but this is the Snafu, designed by Peter Rassenti, Canadian knife maker. Maybe you got a couple of Shirogorov. This is the Neon R20, and this is the F95 Slim. This is the nudist version, and you can see that the large Sebenza is just right in between these two offerings from Shirogorov. Let me show you just another couple, because yeah, we have them here. This is the Kami Shirogorov collaboration. It's a fantastic one, guys. Just check that out. And yeah, also Koenig Knives Arius. How can we miss this? And since we're a little bit going into a fancy, let me just show you this guy, because this is also a Reeve collaboration with Shirogorov, of course. This is the Uni Hattie, and you can also check, why not, because we're talking about fancy blades, you can also check this large Nirvana 3.0, also designed by Peter Rassenti. And why not, that's it, last one, I promise. I'm not gonna bug you anymore with any boring knives, and this is just a normal Holt Blade Works Spectre V3 Prestige. So let's check this guy out, because this is a fantastic one, guys. This is the large Sebenza Annual 2003, of course, in box elder burl inlay. It's just gorgeous. I mean, the grain on this one is unique. It's fantastic. It's perfect. It is beautiful. It's something fantastic. It's 3Dness. This is, of course, like a titanium frame lock made by Reeve Knives almost 20 years ago in USA, and nowadays these guys, they go for like $1,700, so not really cheap, because there's only 60 made of each inlay, so really short production, and some other kind of inlays are even more expensive to acquire, so it's not going to be a cheap one to own 100%. You've got box elder burl inlay on both sides. You got fantastic titanium. You got a very special chamfering going on the edges with these nice grooves over here. There's also some nice internal chamfering going on. No internal skeletonization. That's going to reflect a little bit on the weight. We're going to check it in a second. And you can see like this finger groove, very unique with these ridges going on both sides. They're going to add lots of traction and to the when you're gonna be disengaging the lock bar, like so. You have of course, one standoff over here, gold anodized, matching this thumb stud over here. Blade is perfectly centered. Would you look at this? Tip of the blade is nicely recessed, so absolutely safe. No way you're gonna be able to snag it with your finger like that, even if you try to jam it inside. And overall look, when the knife is closed, is super balanced, super classy, sleek. Especially, I mean, with this inlays, just a ridiculously classic and classy one for sure. You have a nice thumb stud, classic, also a little bit pointy, but yeah, it has the tendency to wear quite easily, so just keep that in mind. Of course, you have super simple construction, just one pivot and two screws. Here you have, in this case, you see these are like closed on this side and nicely polished. On this side, you can actually see that you have an Allen key wrench that it's needed to take this guy apart, and it's going to be a number 2, super easy. They provide the tools to take this guy down and to maintain it by yourself, so it's going to be super easy to just take care of this guy. The pivot is spinning, but I never had any issues in taking this guy down because it doesn't spin, so it's pretty cool. There's no stainless steel lock face insert, just some carbidization going on between titanium on the face, like interconnection between the titanium and the steel. But it's yeah, there might be a little bit of lock stick in some older edition. Not a huge deal, not a deal breaker, especially if you get like something this gorgeous. I mean, yeah. Also, you have a titanium pocket clip right over here, which is tip-up carry only. It's the classic Reeve knives pocket clip, which I'm not really a fan of because it's just too simple looking. Functionally fantastic, it has the right amount of tension. It's gonna keep safely your knife into your pocket, but I would have preferred something like, I don't know, for example, like this guy over here, which aesthetically is just fantastic and also match. You can get something with an inlay matching your inlay, but functionally you see there's a very shallow ramp, so it cannot be compared to the perfect functionality of this guy right over here. It just doesn't look fantastic. That's just my opinion. Also, you've got some nice blade. Would you look at this? This is a nice blade, guys. Drop point. You've got of course like this finger this jimping going on over here, which is not as aggressive as in the later edition. I find fantastic crowning on the spine of the blade, and then drop points like creating a belly. I would say like 50% of the cutting edge, and then straight edge up to the sharpening choil. Look at that. You have a dual tone finish blade like satin, this like on the bevel, and you have a stone washed flats right over here. The stock thickness on this blade, here you go, it's 0.1195, and if you check, like, let's see how thin behind the edge this guy is, maybe like at this point, I'm trying to be like so, 0.02 inches, so it's a pretty good slicer, nice hollow grind. Look at this, you can actually appreciate how thin this guy behind the edge is from this point of view. Checking out the sharpening choil, really nice indeed. Absolutely symmetrical edge and grind, beautifully done. Really cool, guys. The sound this guy makes when you open it, it's like that. When you close it, it's a beautiful clink. I like to refer this as like two champagne glasses clinking together. This one, it's a subdued clack. Look at that. Very classic, unobtrusive, and pleasant to hear. Guys, it's classy, it's beautiful, it's subdued, it's unobtrusive, it's not gonna bother anyone. This guy has no internal skeletonization on the titanium scales, and it's gonna weigh in at 4.56 ounces, so not too crazy. It's not, I mean, it's substantial, it feels solid, it's dense in the hand, but it's not that crazy. If you squeeze the handle, I really don't feel any hot spots from this one, from this pocket clip, maybe just a tiny bit. Here it feels pretty comfortable, but overall it's not too bad. It feels pretty good in the hand. There's not really any sharp edges. You have this indentation over here, so it's going to be pretty easy to access the lock bar and just disengage that nicely, super easy. A little bit of thumb ramp with some jimping. It's not too aggressive, but absolutely functional. It's not going to shred your finger. It's going to feel functional, yeah. Also, the knife feels solid in the hand. It's well put together. These slabs are not gonna move. I'm not gonna go anywhere. Nothing is gonna rattle. It's the fit and finish is just magical. Tolerances are like, I don't know, aerospatial level tolerances. It's absolutely well put together. And I mean, blade is perfectly centered. No blade play. You have a little bit of maybe like finger sore if you play with this too much. Because it's a little bit pointy, but nothing too crazy. Clip ramp has the right amount of stiffness, superbly functional, 100%. You've got phosphorus bronze washers going on underneath the hood, around the pivot, and they are going to contribute, if you use the fluorinated grease that Chris Reeve is providing, they're going to contribute to this fantastic, buttery, smooth action that the Sebenza is known for. It's just fantastic, guys. Really pleasant to... Oof, glassy smooth. It's glass on glass smooth. It's legendary, guys. Fantastic. You have to try it on. You have to try it. Not on. You have to try it. If you never had the experience of a Sebenza, it feels really good. It's washers, of course. The action, it's not going to be that fast. You can just deploy it like that, of course, like this with a thumb flick, but usually you just want to do maybe two hands, or maybe you want to do just one hand like that. So it's a slow deployment. There's no drop, there's no guillotine effect. Just it's gonna drop, it's gonna glide like that, and just in the vertical position, nothing is gonna happen. You have just to manually close it, or you can shake it as well, of course, but don't expect anything like ball bearings, like Shirogorov kind of action. This is not about that. You have a little bit of detent strength, not too much, not too crazy, not many magnetic effect going on, but overall the action is the Sebenza. I mean, this is the large annual Sebenza, a rare one, a unique one, fantastic, expensive one. Classic and classy, looks good, sounds very interesting, and the feel, it's also super smooth. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.